Fanfic Corner, presented by Jennifer. Undercover. Hunter's point of view. Alright, where you're going for this mission is a very secure place, so soldier armor can't just walk in. Sid said. What do you mean secure? I asked. Well, it's hard to get into the city. It's very friendly, so you'll have to go undercover. Sid said. The landing docks are just outside, so land there, and then Dark and Broody and Tiny will go in undercover. She said. Me? Omega asked. Yes, you, Sid said. You will be going undercover as father and daughter, so don't call him Hunter once you get into the city. Got it? Good? Now go, she said. We left her office. Omega undercover as my daughter? That's different. She's going to have to call me Dad. I'm not sure how to feel about this. Yes, I'm part of the mission, Omega smiled as we walked back to the ship. 5 minutes from landing, Eka said. I was in my casual clothes. They were far more comfortable than my armor. Ready, Hunter? Or should I say Dad? Omega smiled. I don't know why, but her calling me that made me feel weird. Good weird. Which was weird. Yep, I said. Omega and I walked out of the ship and to the front gates of the city. There was a person on top of the gate that looked us up and down. What's your business here? He asked. My daughter and I are going to the markets, I said. Omega's point of view. What's your business here? The man asked. I am so excited to go on this mission with Hunter. My daughter and I are here to go to the market, Hunter said. I don't know why, but I like when he calls me his daughter. It made me feel special. Hunter's point of view. You may enter, the man said. Okay, let's go, I said to Omega as the gate opened. Big crowds of people appeared. Omega grabbed my hand, obviously overwhelmed by the large amounts of people and not wanting to get lost. This way, I said as we pushed past them. Tech, I see the location, I said. Okay, sneak in and get the data and get out, he reminds me. All right, come on, Omega, I said. After the mission, we decided to get some food at a diner since we finished it early. Okay, Omega, what do you want? I asked, and she pointed to it on the menu. I ordered our food, and we sat and waited. Thank you for taking me to get food, Hunter. I mean, Dad. She smiled. No worries, kid. I smiled back. Here's your food, the waitress said, handing us our food. Thank you. Omega smiled. Oh, your daughter is so polite, the waitress smiled. Yes, she is. I smiled, and she nodded and walked away. How do you like your food? I smiled. It's yummy, she said. We finished our food and made our way back to the ship. Well, I mean, Dad, look at this, she said, pulling me to a stall. What is it? I smiled. It's a Tika doll, like Lula, she said, eyeing the doll. Yes, and it's half price, the shopkeeper smiled. How much? I asked. 3 credits. Okay, we'll take it, I smiled, handing her the credits. Really? Thank you, Dad. Omega smiled and hugged me. I still wasn't used to her calling me Dad. You're welcome, I said, patting her back. You're a good father, the shopkeeper smiled. Thank you, I said, as we walked back to the ship. We got to the ship, and I handed Tech the information we retrieved. How was the mission, kid? Wrecker asked. Good, look, she said, holding up the Tuca doll. Whoa, he yelled. Yeah, Dad, I mean, Hunter got it for me, she smiled. Whoa, it's so cool, he smiled. I'm going to modify it, she smiled, walking to her room. A couple of hours later, Omega walked into the cockpit. Hey, Hunter, look, she said, holding up the modified Tuca. It looked like me. It had a skull going half on its face and a red bandana. Hey, it looks like me, I smiled. Great job, I said, patting her back. Thanks for the really fun day, she smiled, before hugging me and walking away. Hey, no problem, kid, I said. I whispered, it was a great day.